From the summer nights to the pouring rain, I shared a drink or two in a hurricane. I'll never forget those nights you said this was forever. I can't believe the last 10 years, a couple broken hearts and a burned out fear of the unknown. We can sleep on the train ride home, but I found peace in the storm of the London sky. And all I ever wanted was to feel alive. For the first time I spent my evening chasing the runaways as they slow dance through the storm. And in the quiet of the morning I heard the stories of a stranger's heart. Did you ever make it home? I always kinda wonder if the saints of the city life are comfortable at all. All the pretty lights, you think it never sleeps, but we'd be alright walking those movie scenes. But I promise it gets dark in the same way. And it's nice to know I can take a minute before I go. On the pavement outside the station, September's never been so cold. I spent my evening chasing the runaways as they slow dance through the storm. And in the quiet of the morning I heard the stories of a stranger's heart. Did you ever make it home? I always kinda wonder if the saints of the city life are comfortable at all. Years from now, I'll still think of the moments spent by the river, and I wish I could tell myself that I'm just not afraid anymore. I spent my evening chasing the runaways as they slow dance through the storm. And in the quiet of the morning I heard the stories of a stranger's heart. Did you ever make it home? I always kinda wonder if the saints of the city life are comfortable at all.
Tell me a lie to keep me in line. You swear it's a sign, but it's the torture to rise. Uncover your eyes, see what's outside. Eventually we'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if and what if I could see you like I saw you the whole time? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away, blinded by anger. You forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Poison my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame that can say anything you like. Go on, give it your all. What if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Go on, give it your all tonight. Oh. When you keep me guessing, it's alright, it's alright. Can we turn our feelings off? I need you, baby, just for one night, for one night. I know what you're looking for. You make it feel like it's the first time. Every time, every time. I don't really wanna fight right now. I don't really see the point right now. And if the love wasn't real enough, what the hell we gonna do when the truth comes out? I'd rather start it on a blank page. Yeah, I think I like it with a new face. Abuse me, I like the punishment. You keep me focused, I don't need no relay. I like when you keep me guessing, it's alright.
And welcome back to Whiskey Oval _TV. Race number 2 about to come at us. Here at Cedar Lake, qualifying is underway. A lot of drivers have entered in the race field. We had about a 30-minute practice session. Some of these guys have ran over 75 practice laps around Cedar Lake Speedway. A lot of time to break in that racetrack. A lot of time to get your car set up just right. 21 drivers have already qualified. Some drivers still out there on the racetrack. Trey, the number 7 machine, the 7-car entry. Aftermath Motorsports driver, he's going to park that thing there to pit road. Looks like he's going to finish there in that 3rd spot. Throughout the list we go. Now the number 6 machine is Stephen Gregory. Going down the back, shooting down into turns 3 and 4. We'll see what type of his lap times that he will run. Gonna be a fun one. Gonna be a long one here tonight. 5-minute qualifying session is up. As Jared just grabbed the top of the charge down the number 43 machine, Dirty Monkey Motorsports. They're on that front hood. It's all gonna, a lot of times it comes down to qualifying. Last week for the Sim 500, the T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series. It came down to qualifying. I think it's going to do the exact same thing here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Track's going to be extremely tacky. And if you can start up front there in your heat race, it's going to make your night a whole lot easier. They did reset the racetrack last week there in the Mac Daddy show. Best lap times up there on your race screen now. There you have it. Jared, a 13.7 for that driver. JC, a 13.8. JC ran a pretty solid race last week. Chris is going to round out 3rd spot. Kurt, 4th. Trey going to round out the top 5. So there you have it. With about 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. That's all these drivers got left. Cole, the number 38 machine, he's still out there trying to rock out some quick lap times. He's going to tag the wall, and that's going to DQ his lap. Michael, he's just going to come home there in the 16th spot. He's going to start a little bit farther back down in his heat race. Facebook having a lot of issues lately here on my site, so I do apologize. I do have the Facebook link there in the title, so if you guys want to switch on over to YouTube, you guys are more than welcome to do that. A lot of flickering going on, a lot of freezing going on with Facebook. A lot of other broadcasters are experiencing the exact same thing. So don't know exactly what's going on with that. So I do apologize. I do have Twitch up and going too. If you're a Twitch person, there you go. Whiskey Oval _TV. You can go check out that Twitch. So how the night is going to work a little bit like this. The top 5 drivers will be advancing out of these races. Everybody else will be doing the alphabet soup, going down to the lower mains and trying to fight their way up to the A main show. And see if you can get the privilege to be there on the starting line whenever the green flag waves for tonight's Mac Daddy. Qualifying's going to be over. Their 30-minute practice session is going to be over. The track's going to get a little reworked. 10 drivers are going to get lined up out there on the racetrack. And here's some race info for you here tonight. Cedar Lake Speedway, track length 0.2 miles. Temperature is going to be 69 degrees. 56% humidity out there. So we're ready. We're stacked up. We're packed up. Volume is good. Check out everything. Crank up some engine volume. And we'll see. We'll see how the whole night plays out. This is going to be the starting grid for heat race number 1. The top 5, remember, will be advancing on. So half the field will be working their way down into the lower mains. Jared Edwards, the number 43 machine. He'll be there on the top spot with Kurt there to the outside. At third spot, that's going to be Dylan Reynolds with Dirty Monkey Motorsports, the number 2 machine. Cody, the number 20 machine out of the Mid-South. He'll start up P4. Inside of the third row, that's going to be Richard Mills and that 111 machine. Michael Reading, the 02 machine, had a great race last week. I believe he finished there in the second spot. John Fowler, he's going to start up in P7 with Dirty Monkey Motorsports. Gerald Livingston out of the frozen land of Canada, rounding out P8. Then you have Chad Coleman and Doug. Rounding out the rest of the field, we're ready. Lights on the pace truck is off. We're stacked up. We're packed up. UMP Modifieds around Cedar Lake Speedway. 10 laps is the scheduled distance. Top 5 drivers advance. Green flag is going to wave, and Jared's going to stand on the loud pedal there in that number 43 machine. Lead lap number 1, don't know exactly who got it, but Kurt's going to try to fight there on the high side around Jared. Does Jared try to battle back down to the bottom side? Yes, he does. Contact. We're already swapping paint on lap number 2. Jared's going to slide it right across the front nose, and we're swift swapping for the top spot now. Dylan Reynolds has the best seat in the house back there in the third spot, just kind of minding his own business, kind of has a roadblock there in front of him. Can't go down to the bottom side, can't go to the high side. Maybe he'll have to force that thing right through the middle. On back now, fourth spot, that's going to be Richard. Michael's going to round out the top 5. Cody, the first car outside looking in here in the transfer spot. Cody, number 20 machine, the all-purple car, the little purple and black machine. Inside the cockpit mode as the top 3 drivers still nose to tail. Rounding out turn 4. Sorry, turn 2. Cedar Lake Speedway always gets me now to rounding out turn 4. Still going to be Jared, and Kurt is going to finish, or is going to round out that second spot. Dylan doing a very good battle. But the last lap time's up there on your race screen now. Kurt at 13.9. And Jared Edwards has disappeared. The race leader just fell off. So Kurt's going to regain the lead. Now Dylan, Richard, Michael, now Cody, some way, somehow. A Christmas gift with 2 laps to go. He's going to round out the transfer spot as Jared Edwards had some equipment failure out there. You can just see everybody just tucked down all the way down to the inside tractor tires as a white flag is going to wave here for heat race number 1 on lap number 10. No one really moved next to the outside wall. This track has so much grip to it. As later and later into the heat races, we will see the track kind of get burned in, and everybody will be kind of moving around and really swapping there. As a checker flag is going to wave for the 218. Tough break there for Jared Edwards. A little bit of a swapping of the paint there for heat race number 1 for the first 3 laps. After that, everything just kind of got single filed out. We'll see how heat race number 2 all plays out. And the heat race number 2 is going to look a little something like this here on the starting grid. JC with Dirty Monkey Sim Sports, number 94 machine. He'll round out that top spot, the second fastest qualifier. Trey with Aftermath Motorsports, number 7 machine. He'll start on the outside. of the front row. EJ, he'll be starting in P3 with Justin with another Aftermath Motorsports drivers. Two guys starting nose to tail with each other. He'll round out P4. Adam with Hogmeat Motorsports, number 57 machine, rounding out the top 5. And Bradley Wilson, WFO Motorsports driver, he'll round out P6. Rounding out the 4th row, give that to Taylor and Scott. Willie and then Matt rounding out the last and final row back there in the 9th and 10th spot. No wrecks there in the heat race number 1. Everyone really minded their own business there. Lights on the pace truck is off as they go down the back chute. We'll be taking the green flag this time. And here we go. Pace truck gonna zoom on off. UMP Modifieds back under green flag. Battle for the top spot now. Trey, he's going to slide it on up. He's going to miss a race cushion. He went almost next to the outside wall. He's going to continue it on. Trey to the outside, trying to get that motor up and singing by the 51 machine and Justin Fuller. He's going to take advantage of it down there on the bottom side, as I think the bottom side still has just too much grip. Bradley Wilson, the number 4 machine, the 33 machine, rounding out the top 3 now. Bradley trying to work to the inside of the number 7 machine of Trey. And man, Trey, I think he may have just picked the wrong line. He is getting freight trained down on the bottom side. Can he tuck back in now? Looks like Trey will down the back chute, and he does. So everybody kind of single file back out. On down the list we go now. EJ holding on to that last and final transfer spot. Definitely on the hot seat. Taylor Welch, a 747 machine with Dirty Monkey Motorsports. Outside looking in that car entry. Gonna show the right rear to the 57 of Adam. Adam trying to thread the needle there to the outside. You got to go when the time is going. And there goes Taylor smashing the outside wall. EJ's going to collect him. That might have been Scott. Scott's going to collect him there in the 68 machine. And 2 tough breaks. Battle up for the top 3 now. Check this out 2 laps ago. That is Justin Fuller there to the outside of the number 94 machine at JC, down to the bottom side as they enter this corner and side by side. Bradley trying to get the big run down the front stretch, down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody wheels and deals. Who's going to take home heat race number 2? Side by side for the final time here in heat race number 2. Contact made with the race leaders. More contact. The 94 spins into the outside wall. Bradley's going to crawl back to the finish line. The top 5 drivers will be advancing, and the 94 machine of JC Windsor is not going to make it into the Mac Daddy show out of his heat race. Adam will, though, in that number 57 car. Drama building here in the late part of heat race number 2. Little contact made. He smashed the outside wall quite hard, too. Bradley Wilson barely was just crawling. I believe his car was broke. He was just barely crawling there to the start line. Absolutely crazy there. Much appreciated their silence there on Twitch. Team Hilton says, Dirty Monkey, top 3. We'll see. That's Tim Hilton right there. There he is. The number 21 machine, Dirty Monkey Motorsports. With a selfie profile. Here's going to be the starting grid for these guys. Is Chris Smith. The number 1 machine will be starting there in the top spot. Joel Phillips will be starting there in the 2nd spot. You got Tim, you have Matt there in the 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be made up of Joshua and Kenneth. Stefan and Jeremy, and then Joey rounding out the last and final spot here for heat race number 3. And man, drama building there in heat race number 2. We'll see if the energy transfers over. Green flag on a wave and a big time stack up here. Inside the cockpit mode, here we go. We're already going to be beating and banging and swapping paint. So outside shot of the race field now as Joel leads and Chris Smith holds on to the second spot. You can see the line is slowly starting to move up and up next to that outside scary wall. He raced 1, man. Everybody was tucked down onto the bottom side, could not get as low as they would have liked. They would have ran in the grass if they could have. Halfway home the mama this time by. Here we go. Transfer spot is on the line here. Stephen Gregory, the number 6 machine, outside looking in. Did not have the best of heat races. He's already moved up 1 spot here in heat race number 3. But the Canadian driver of Matt with Evil Motorsports entry, the number 9 machine, rocking the good old classic all-red paint scheme, trying to hold on to it. Last lap times up there on your screen, and looky there, Matt, running just a tick slower than the outside looking in Stephen Gregory machine. Down the front chute, back down in turns 1 and 2. We work laps 7 and 10 now. We will watch on to the last and final transfer spot. And the number 6 machine, he has a chance here. Man has caught the back bumper of Tim Hilton, the driver that's riding back there in the 4th spot. Trying to get down to the bottom side of him and could not make that thing stick. So that number 9 machine might be getting held up. Freight train around turns 3 and 4 now. Our race leader, Joel Phillips, he's absolutely gone. Still on board here, Matt. He's going to give it one last shot here. White flag is going to wave. Matt may have went a little bit too high there in turns 1 and 2. He settles that thing back down for the final time into turns 3 and 4. Will we see more drama? Here comes a 6 machine. Absolutely doors Matt up into almost into the outside wall. And Stephen Gregory with the aggressive move into turns 3 and 4 with to the checkered flag. Matt shows his displeasure after the checkered flag, but Matt, gonna have to go back down to the lower mains, and Stephen Gregory definitely made an aggressive move for a back-to-back heat race drama-filled race. Went down there, absolutely sailed it down into the race corner and doored him. Pushed him almost up into the outside wall there. Watching the replay here on my phone. My phone is a little bit delayed, and man, just right rear that front clip. And then Matt definitely showed his displeasure as we are here in the consolation race now. 4 drivers will be getting sent home. The 14 drivers going to make the race start. Top 10 will be advancing. In. As we watch on board the number 9 machine, we'll see what type of attitude this driver has moving on forward. It's going to be a fun one. Back-to-back heat races, though. We'll see if there's any payback there in the A-Main show. There in the feature, Kenneth Reynolds and Matt's not going to make the race start, so only 2 drivers. All you got to do is beat 2 drivers. And then you're into the race. We'll see if that can happen, though. Thank you all for tuning in here at WhisKoble_TV. If you guys are just now joining Facebook, having all sorts of weird flickering issues. YouTube and Twitch is working it just fine. You can be more than happy to switch over there. Here we go. Consolation race, top 10 drivers, and when we got a rat's nest, corners up into the outside wall, we're 3 wide. There is no time to make friends, no more patty cakes, and there you go. We have one guy spinning next to the outside wall with a caution flag wave. No caution is going to wave. Back up front, though, we're still side by side. The number 9 machine of Matt Going to slowly work his way up front as Willie Whittaker's going to grab the race lead. On back here to the third spot, the 68 machine of Scott Simley. And I got to apologize to the 68 machine. I called his name last week a lot of times. And then when I went and rewatched the broadcast, I was calling him Scott Smiley. My apologies, Simley. Jeremy Vaughn round out P4. Chad Coleman rounding out the top 5. And man, that 38 machine, he's been on the outside lane quite a bit now. Still trying to work his way down to the inside tractor tires. But man, just getting freight trained as of right now. Chad Coleman dropping spots. He's already lost 4 spots here in the consolation race. As now he finally gets down there to the bottom side. Back up front, almost 3 wide for a slight bit as a 37 machine of Willie Whittaker, the all white and red machine. Taking it high next to the outside wall, and Scott Simley wants to make it 3 wide. Not once, but twice. I thought he was about to shove that bad boy right on in. We work lap 7 and 10. Go ahead and make it lap 8 of 10. There's 1 lap car here in front of the race leaders, the 04 machine. That is Doug Sigmund. We'll see if he comes into play or not, but he did get taken out. So last and final transfer spot is going to come down to this. Joey has it there in the number 14 machine, the all blue, yellow, and white machine. And then Jarrett Edwards. Jarrett's lost 1 spot ever since the green flag waved. Oh my God, thought he was going to capture the quarter panel. White flag is going to wave. So if the 43 machine is going to make anything happen, it has to be right there. He slides him, goes right over the front nose of Joey. Will Joey repay the favor into turns 3 and 4? Joey's going to send it. He's going to get loose. More guys wrecking. And the 43 is wrecked. The 48 is flipped upside down. The top 10 drivers will be advancing. Jarrett, JC trying to limp that thing to the finish line, and he's going to do it. So JC, some way, somehow, with Dirty Monkey Motorsports will be advancing in. Doug almost had it. Doug almost came from a lap down to grab that last and final transfer spot. I wish I could show the replays of those, but whenever we go to the next heat race, or I guess the next session, everything kind of disappears. So heat race 1 was nice and calm. I thought that was going to be the vibe for the first 3 heat races. Nice and calm, make some laps, get your footing down. But then we went on to heat race number 2, and that was drama-filled. Heat race number 3, a last lap body slam for that last and final transfer spot. And then right there in the consolation race. That wasn't even for the last spot. That was for like 7th and 8th spot. All they had to do was come across the race line. You guys are going to start in the back anyways. Just come across the race line and fight for the A main there. They decided different. I don't know. I'm a broadcaster, not much of a dirt track racer. Love absolutely broadcasting this stuff. Racing, that's pretty tough. As warm-up is going to throw the checker flag, the track got reworked. So it's going to be quite tacky. A lot of grip out there. And I believe everybody will be fighting for that bottom side, but halfway point on. We will check out who will move up the field the most. 25 drivers will be making the race start. I don't know how I feel about the A main just getting a complete track rework. Sometimes I like it, just because at the halfway point, we'll see a lot of cars that are up front or are making a charge up front will slowly start to slip back. And then vice versa. Or you can start with the track all sorts of slicked up and just have a good old heyday at it. It's 25 cars. That's going to be making the race start. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to the Mac Daddy show now. And this is going to be the starting grid for the T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series. A drive that started on pole is a 78 machine of Joel. Justin will be starting there to the outside. Kurt, he'll be starting in P3 with Dylan there to the outside of him. Third row, that's going to be Bradley Wilson and Chris Smith. Fourth row is going to be Richard and EJ starting out that P8 spot. Joshua starting up in that 9th. Michael, top 10. Trey, 11th. Tim is going to round out the 11th spot. On down the list we go now. Sorry, 12th spot. 13th is going to be Cody. Adam, 14th. Stephen, Willie. You have Scott. You have Matt. You have Jeremy, Taylor, Jared, Chad, Joey, then Jared Edwards. Rounding out the race field, the pace truck is in. Green flag this time. Next time by, this time by. And here we go, 40 laps is a scheduled distance. So far, so good for the race field. It's all green flag racing as Justin takes the lead, and he is coming across the race line now. Justin started on the outside of the front row. Joel started on pole, but he falls back just one spot, keeping up with that 51 car with no problem. Dylan Reynolds third. Kurt's going to round out P4, then Bradley Wilson rounding out the top 5, then the number 33 machine. Bradley Wilson, the driver that won last week. Driver that won last week in the late models. Now switching over to the UMP modifieds. Does he still have the driving skill to make it a checker flag victory? Chris Smith, P6. Richard Mills, he's going to round out the 7th spot as everybody is tucked in like a freight train. No real side-by-side racing quite yet, as we are just now making laps. We're 1 minute and 31 seconds here in the A-Main show. Hard charger as of right now is going to be +4. That is going to be Cody back here in the 20 machine. +4 for the 20 machine. Does he make another one? Trying to work Josh Weatherly now in that 25 car entry. Inside the gyro mode. There's a race leaders all the way there, coming across or going down the backstretch. On down the list we go. Back here in the 16th spot, Matt takes a high side way above the race cushion. There's way of a rat's nest back here. Check this out. Little swapping of the paint there. Everyone keeping it straight. Racing with a lot of respect right now, but everybody fighting for the same real estate down to the inside tractor tires. The line slowly starting to move up there in turns 1 and 2, but still a very, very tight 2-lane groove racetrack. We was 3 wide for a slight bit, and the hard charger right now of Cody still working his way up front. He's moved up 5 spots now, trying to work Richard Mills. Does he get around him this time? He's going to throw some paint at him. And he's going to take it, slide up right in front of the race nose and the triple white machine of Richard Mills. We'll see if he was a little bit displeasured with that move or not. But check out Michael all the way up there to the top side. Last lap times up there on your race screen now. Justin running a 14.2 this time by. Still has the pace out there. Dylan Reynolds, though, the fastest driver out there on the racetrack. That last lap time is the number 2 machine with Dirty Monkey Motorsports. One driver going a lap down. That's going to be the number 96 machine of Gerald Livingston. And we have been at green flag racing this entire time. Gap up there on your race screen. He has a 0.8 second lead. The last thing Justin wants to see is a caution flag. Track map up there on your screen. That is their running order. 18th place driver of EJ right there in front of the race leaders. As EJ get out of the way, EJ goes way up next to the outside wall. A great job by the 41 machine. And he goes a lap down. So only 16 drivers out there still on the lead lap. Jeremy Vaughn rounding out the top 15. They're the number 8 car. Haven't talked much about the WLF Motorsport entry. And he is running right through the slick right there, coming across the race line. Halfway home, the mama this time by, and we've been all green flag racing. And the race leader did have about a 0.8 second gap, I think, and now it is extended back to a 1.4. So Justin Fuller just walking away with this thing. And look at the line change now. Track is getting slicked up. We'll see if anyone starts to fall back or see if anyone slowly starts to move themselves on up now. And the yellow flag is going to wave for the first time of the night here on lap number 22. I think we had a pretty big wreck there. Lap 22, the first caution is going to wave. About the 5-minute and 25-second mark. I got a couple guys showing red up on the program, Jeremy Vaughn and Chad Coleman. So we'll go ahead and click on Jeremy's name, and we'll see what happened to this guy. All right, we'll click on Chad Coleman's name. We'll see what happened to Mr. Chad Coleman. They're in the number 38 machine, driver out of Georgia. Oh, man. Don't know exactly what happened. Check out this gyro mode. I think one guy just blinked right there in front of him. I think there were some connection issues with a couple of guys. So back to light mode, back to race mode we go now. As the field is stacked up and packed up, ready to rock and roll. Once again, the lights on the pace truck is off. The 151 machine of Justin Fuller, the driver that started on the outside of the front row. We'll see if he can regain the lead down into turn number 1. Now Joel Phillips does have the outside. He definitely needed a yellow flag to be able to catch Justin, but you got to capitalize now. We'll see if he does. Story of the race so far, the top 5 have been the top 5 the entire race. Everybody else is kind of racing out there. Not too much passing quite yet. The most pass is just 5 spots. Green flag's going to wave. And Joel did not have the restart that he wanted. And Dylan Reynolds, he's going to take advantage and now move Dylan Reynolds up to the 2nd spot as we are stacking up back here in turns 3. So far, so good. Everybody's keep this straight. Everyone's keep it clean. Showing a whole lot of restraint right now. Back up to the 2nd spot now. Bradley Wilson. He wants a piece of that. Joel Phillips went from the outside of the front row back to 4th spot now. Bradley Wilson down to the bottom side. Remember, he was last week's winner in a Pro Dirt in the late models. And another yellow flag is going to wave. We'll see who had the 2nd spot. Looks like Dylan Reynolds did have that 2nd spot. So 2nd caution going to wave here on lap number 26. And honestly, I don't know if I would rather, I think I would rather start in the 3rd spot. Inside of the 2nd row here on the restarts here at Cedar Lake Speedway. The outside row, they just do not get a good jump. We'll see what happens. Dylan Reynolds has it. Bradley Wilson trying to capture it away from him. Still got plenty of racing to go. I mean, I know we're over halfway home. Lap 26 of 40. We're 8 minutes and 43 seconds in this A-feature show. Still got a lot of stuff that can happen, though. We'll see how it all plays out. Will we have another double file restart? The lights on the pace truck should be off, and they are off. So we will be green flag racing this time by. As the field is set, Justin trying to lead every single lap of this race. He's led 26. Can he lead all the way to lap 40? 40 the scheduled distance. Green flag on a wave. Justin stands on the loud pedal, and the number 2 machine and Dylan Reynolds gets an okay restart. next to the outside. And oh man, we almost had one guy spinning there. And there goes Joey. We have everyone spinning. The 68 is Scott Simley. He's going to spin. And Caution Breed. Caution is living up to his name right now, as we have now had back-to-back cautions. 3 cautions in a row. And the whole field is going to have to slow up that horsepower and restack and repack. United States Touring Modified Series gets kicked off here in Texas, the north part of Texas. I believe this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's this weekend. World of Outlaws is down here in Texas as well at Cotton Bowl Speedway. They'll be racing tomorrow, Friday night and Saturday night. Still don't know if I'm going to that yet or not. NASCAR is at Las Vegas. NHRA is racing. I don't think IndyCar is racing. But a lot of stuff to watch this weekend, though. MLB got shut down for about another, I don't know how long. MLB having some contract issues out there. And the track is slicked up now. This is what I was talking about. At the halfway point, the track just gets completely tore up. And a lot of comers and goers now. We'll see who can deal with these conditions, who can throw the slide job. Dylan Reynolds starting on the outside of the front row. Once again, trying to time it. Time it, number 2. He does not time it. That's an awful time. And Bradley Wilson's going to skip on by there to the second spot. And Joey, he gets turned. Or sorry, Cody gets turned. And the 4th caution flag is going to wave. Yellow flag back out just as we took the green flag. This is Cody's little spin here. Watch the number 20 machine, the all purple car. Down to the inside, he gets clipped, he gets a little help. The number 6 machine just gets absolutely smashed. And that was it. Will we do a single file restart? I don't think we are. It's going to be another stack them up and pack them up and have at it. Now Wilson's going to give it a shot there to the outside, see if he can time Justin Fuller's restarts. Back under green flag. Looks like Bradley's not going to do... He did an okay job, but Dylan Reynolds, he's going to have to slide that UMP modified up, or at least get a pretty good run out of turn 2. He almost cleared Bradley Wilson. Wilson sends it back up there to the top side. One guy about to spin. Hold it on straight now. Nope, yellow flag. Man, we had such a good race all the way up to lap number 26. All green flag laps, and now we just have caution after caution now. 18 drivers out there on the raceway still. Man, at one point I was like, dude, this could actually go green to checkered flag racing. But instead, 4 caution flags, all in a row here. Not inside of 10 laps left, so I don't know if they will do the single file restart. We'll see. The back road challenge is up to $50 this week. Don't know if anyone actually took that or not. I don't believe anyone did. Hard charges are going to be Joey moving up 14 spots, and that number 14 machine for Selma 500 Motorsports. Great job, Mr. Joey. Keep on moving up. 13 or 14 spots as he gets lined up. Everything kind of jumbles back up. Next highest finisher is going to be the Canadian driver of Matt. He's moved up +9 right now. Green flag back out. We're off to the races. Hopefully everyone keeps it on straight. Down back chute, 3 and 4. Still side by side. Throw a blanket over for second, third, and fourth. 10 laps to go this time by. Dylan almost clips the outside wall, right rear tire. Bradley's going to squeeze off his line. Will he do it again? Hey, he got him beat that time, so Bradley Wilson moved him up, uncontested, up to the second spot. Now can Wilson put all of his attention on for the top spot, the number 151 lead, number of Justin Fuller, and the caution is back out. We've now hit the 15-minute mark, 15 minutes and 6 seconds to be exact. Wilson had that second place all cleared up now, had all of his sights set for Justin Fuller. Bradley trying to go back-to-back for the T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series. Couldn't quite get it done that time. Definitely needs these cautions to quit flying. Trey and Dylan Reynolds. Here we go with these guys. Oh man, these guys were up in the third and fourth spot. What happened to these guys? Yep, got a little help by the number 7 machine that just flipped him right on over. And he lands on his hood, not for sure. Uh-oh, Aftermath Motorsports entry of Trey. Back to live mode, back to race mode. Does he keep his spot? And he does. So Trey, keeping a spot, does not get the EOL. And here we go. We're green flag racing this time as Justin takes a field all the way out to the outside wall. He's going to load up that right rear tire. Diamond cut off at turn 4. And here we go. 9 laps left to go. And Bradley Wilson's going to try to send it down to the bottom side. Still got plenty of grip down there. A multiple groove racetrack. It's either you want to be next to the outside wall or you want to be as low as you possibly can get. I don't think you want to be in no man's land there in the middle part of the racetrack. Top 4 all single filed out. The next side-by-side racing is back here for the top 5 spot as a 111 machine and Kurt. They battle it out. Kurt bottom side, Richard next to the outside wall in that Dryden machine. And we have a new hard charger now. New hard charger is Taylor Welch. And the 747 moving up 11 spots. Can he continue on? Got a little bit of a crinkle nose. But keep on and going. Gap up there on your race screen now as the laps are winding down. Justin a half a second lead over Bradley. But the battle's on for this last and final podium spot here. Trey has it. Joel wants it. Joel's going to take it down to the bottom side. Joel does not slide it on up inches away as Trey just taps the outside wall. Joel's going to have to absolutely send it and slide it on up. Laps are winding down. The top 2 have completely pulled away from the race field. This is all for the podium spot here. Buying his time. 5th spot is going to be Richard. Michael's still trying to get that 5th spot. He's down to the bottom side. Looks like he will clear him. Not yet. They're still side by side. Back up to this last and final podium spot. Trey has it. The hard charger. One of the hard chargers, Scott Simley, back in the 68 machine. He's working hard. White flag on a wave. And the leader coming to the checkered flag for the first time this season, Justin Fuller. Bradley Wilson P2. Battle it out for the drag race to the finish line. And Trey's going to capture that 3rd spot. Joel P4. Richard rounding out the top 5 here at Cedar Lake Speedway. But no one had no answer for the 151 of Justin Fuller with Aftermath Motorsports. See, does a good old classic, drive it up there to the victory lane, get the good old iRacing photo shoot. What a night. What a night of racing that was. Go half the race, go a little bit over halfway with no yellow flag, and then we had 4 just straight back to back to back to back. had a pretty good run, about a 6-lap run there to the checkered flag. A lot of guys did not finish this race. Sometimes it's all about just surviving out there. So we'll jump into the Discord page, trying to get an interview with the top 3 drivers. Final results up there on your race screen now. That's how the field is going to look. So everyone fought tooth and nail. 25 drivers made the race start. But once again, a lot of them did not make it to the finish line. Aftermath Motorsports finishing with 2 podium spot drivers with Justin and Trey. WFO Motorsports, he's going to finish there in the 2nd spot. JPI Motorsports going to finish there in 4th, and Mills Racing rounding out the top 5. Sixth spot's going to be Michael, Kurt 7th, Scott 8th, Taylor 9th, and Matt rounding out the top 10. But the driver that was trying to go back to back, and I don't have my mic setting just right. There we go. Now I believe I got it. The driver that was trying to go back to back was Bradley Wilson. And Wilson, man, you almost had it, but you captured 2nd spot. A pretty good run for your second night here.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, you win the first night out. Can't beat, a win would have been great, go back to back, but definitely happy with another podium finish. Justin just he had us covered. We worked our way through, and I was hoping to catch some lap traffic, maybe be better lucky than good again this week, but we'll take second.
Yeah, absolutely. 40 laps was a scheduled distance. We start this race off with a completely fresh track, and everybody looked like they were just fighting down to the bottom side, almost like a freight train down there to the bottom side. But man, how much did this track change?
It changed a lot. You definitely had to, like you said, everybody was fighting for the bottom, and the bottom was prime real estate when we got going there. And then as it's dried out, slicked out a little bit, and they started to even build a cushion up top, it was just trying to find it where you can find it. And I'm not the biggest fan of the top. I'm running the bottom, throw a line out to the catfish, but definitely changed. You had to find some grip, and it's just one of them things.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, like you said, checker flag last week. This week, finishing there in the second spot. A very good start for the T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series. Bradley Gunning, any shout outs that you'd like to give?
Oh yeah, definitely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my mom again. I know she's out there watching. Thank BA Graphics, my beautiful wife, who keeps these things looking great for us. Also like to thank Casey at Dell's Performance Shocks. Like I said, he helps us a lot on the open setup side. And thank you for broadcasting once again. T&A, everybody, for putting this thing on, man. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, great run once again, and we'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Bradley Wilson finishing there in the 3rd spot. And it was a hard-fought battle all the way around there, but man, just could not catch a 151. The driver that's going to finish there in the 3rd spot is going to be Trey. And Trey, a little bit of swapping of the paint there coming to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I was racing. I don't race dirt at all. It probably showed several times through that race. I didn't turn a lap in this car until I got in the server. So I come from Sim 500, so I saw that there was a series tonight. So I figured, why the heck not? Yeah, it was fun with Joel. I didn't. I was struggling there. I could go like crazy the first like 3 or 4 laps of a run or of a restart, and then I would just start kind of just struggling. I think I was trying to carry too much corner speed and just making the tires really mad. Yeah, I got into, I don't know the names or numbers. There was a purple and black car. I got into him. That was 100% on me. And then I wrecked the 2 car there like late in the race. And I know he's upset, but he may or may not believe me. It's internet racing, but he would hit the wall and I would check up. Like he may not even hit the wall on his end, but I would lift, and then he, like on my screen, he would squirt 10 cars ahead. And then it was just like, kind of like just the internet connection, maybe between me and him or me and the server, whoever, but I just couldn't really get a good gauge of where he was. And I drove in there and I turned him around. So on my end, we never really quote unquote touched, but with the internet iRacing and the prediction code thing it does, it spun him around. So obviously I'm not here to just wreck everybody and tear everything up, but it's racing, it happens. But it's crazy to be giving an interview after a dirt race. I don't really know what else to do or say.
Yeah. Well, man, you ran a great race. You passed drivers as well, moving up 8 spots here in the Mac Daddy Show. 25 drivers made the start. So, dude, once again, congratulations. Trey, you got any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
No, just thanks to you for taking time out of your schedule to broadcast an iRacing race. I've haven't really watched or know anything about the league or the series, but I was told by Joey that you do a great job, so I'll probably go back and watch this. And thanks to Fuller, he's a teammate of mine on the NASCAR side of stuff, and he helped me as much as possible. He sent me a text about an hour before the server comes out that said, "I don't know if you're ready for the ump." So I don't know if I'm ready for it, but we gave it a heck of a run. So maybe run next week. I don't know. We'll see how life plays out and schedules and stuff. But yeah, thanks to everybody that sponsors the league and the series and all the effort behind it. Thanks to you again. If I can luck into another interview, then I'll talk to you whenever that happens.
Very cool, Trey. Once again, congratulations, a great run, and we'll try to watch your race next week. Trey coming home there in that third and final podium spot, but the driver that had everyone's number started on the outside of the front row and then got the lead, and that was about it. Justin Fuller, man, Aftermath Motorsports driver. Dude, you had the car to beat here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I really love this track. This is definitely one of my favorites. Unfortunately, this is probably my least favorite car, so I wasn't sure how it was going to play out.
Late models last week to UMPs this week. How big of a driving style change is that?
Not a big change. There are some subtle differences, obviously, especially with the tire. This has got a skinnier tire, so that's the biggest thing. A little bit more throttle control. That's pretty much the biggest thing.
I asked a couple drivers this from lap 1 to lap 40, man. We started with a fresh-on racetrack, and then after that, this thing got completely tore up all the way to lap 40. How much did your driving style change?
Honestly, not a lot. You know, I just kind of, obviously the line changed, but other than that, it was just similar inputs with the throttle, not overpowering it. You know, these cars, I say they got 750 horsepower. I don't really believe it. They don't feel that way, but especially with the skinny tire, it seems like you can't spin the tires with things. But yeah, my driving style didn't change much. It was just trying to keep up with the track and the line ever changing throughout the event.
Well, man, congratulations on the checkered flag. 25 drivers started on the A main. Over 30 drivers entered in here tonight, and you was the guy that finished here on the top spot. So, Justin, getting your checkered flag here tonight. Got any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, send a shout out to John Fowler for running this, Joey Gattina for Sim 500. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. I don't know all the sponsors. I have to catch up on that. It's kind of coming off my winter break here, so getting ready back in the swing of things of racing. Thanks to Trey for putting together this badass looking car. I just needed a car with my number on it, so he slapped this thing together for me today. It was funny. I caught the end of his interview there. You know, told him I wasn't really ready for the ump, and I still not quite sure he was, but he proved me wrong. Got a 3rd place finish there, so maybe Trey can do something on dirt after all.
Well, congratulations once again on the checkered flag, and we'll see if you can go back-to-back next week.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we're at next week, but you know, it's a dirt track, so I'm looking forward to it. Dirt's about the funnest thing on iRacing right now, so we're looking forward to it.
Very cool, Justin. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Justin Fuller had the car to beat. No one could catch him. No one could touch him. He grabbed the race lead from outside of the pole, and he set sail. Tell the tape. I mean, look, heat race number 1 was heat race number 1. Freight train down to the bottom side, coming across the finish line, and there we go. That was about it. Heat race 2 had a little drama. Heat race 3, we had the slider. We had the slider line going on there for that last corner. Throw that little door at him, and there you go. Then the Constellation race, we had 4 drivers wreck, and everyone was still just trying to fight for the finish line. I thought someone was going to throw it in reverse and just smash the gas pedal and just come across the line and advance on in. That didn't really happen, though. Then the A main, look, we went 26 laps. Green to green. Caution waved. I think one guy was blinking in and out pretty bad. I think that might is what caused it. And then we had 4 caution flags. We had a pretty good battle for that second, third, and fourth spot. Just kind of mattered where you lined it up at. But final results up there on your screen once again. There you go. Justin Fuller, Bradley Wilson, Trey, Joel, Richard, Michael, Kurt, Scott, Taylor, and Matt. That's going to be your top 5. 11th spot's going to be Tim. You have Joshua, you have Chris, Jeremy, Adam, Dylan Reynolds, Joey, and Chad rounding out the top 18. And then we keep on going down the list. 17th on back. Those guys finished at least 1 lap down. Chad, EJ, Gerald. You have Cody, you have Stefan, Willie, Jarrett, and JC. Rounding out that last and final 25th spot here in the feature show. T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series, premier racing setups up there in your top right-hand corner. Make sure you guys go check out all those people. The Sim 500 as well. A co-host or something along those lines. Here for the T&A Motorsports MASCAR Dirt Series. So until next time, everyone take care, stay safe. Tomorrow's Friday. If you're going to a racetrack, send me some, post some pictures. Got a lot of racing on this weekend. Or if you want to do some iRacing, do some iRacing. Till next time, thank you all for tuning in here with Wiscoville_TV. Either Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Until next time, until next Thursday night, we'll be back with the T&A at the exact same time. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. So when the green flag somewhat drops, qualifying starts that time. So congratulations to the top 3. Thanks for you all for joining, coming out and racing and making it a fun event. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.